My name is Joshua Edgar. I am originally from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. I am a full-time ceramic artist. For those wondering what ceramic art is, it's mainly clay. We start with wet clay, and you can make tiles, sculpture, vases, pots, stuff like that. So you can have both sculptural or utilitarian uses. And then we fire it in a kiln, and then it's usable. I got into ceramic arts kind of by accident. I first started coming to school after the military. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I knew that I liked drawings and paintings and stuff, so I decided to try out art. And then I kind of avoided ceramics because I didn't think I would be very good at it. So it took a couple of years to get my first clay class, and then took it and loved it ever since. With ceramics, it's there's different stages that you go through, and a lot of people do a lot of pre-planning, just I guess to save time, make sure they get it right the first time. I personally hate making sketches. I might draw just a general shape and measure out something in the space that I'm using, but I typically just dive right into the clay. Art is very subjective. That's one of the reasons I love it so much. But so initially I'll start with just an idea of that would look cool. That's what I'll think, and that's when I'll do like a little sketch or something on a sticky note or something to get that general idea out of my brain. The real art that I appreciate more is where you can look at it and then you walk away and it leaves you thinking, what did they mean by this? Is that what this is how I interpret it? Is that how everyone else interprets it? And so I like work that builds discussion. The more work you make, the better you get. They tell you if you want to get good at making a handle for a mug, you make 1,000 handles, and then you'll start making good handles. So in school, I was constantly working in the studio, just trying to take those techniques that I've learned from looking at other people's works and trying to replicate it, and then how can I apply that to the ideas that I want to do. And that's where a lot of my pottery is Japanese inspired, Asian inspired, and the techniques that I use are, anyone can take those techniques and use them. They're out there. It's just, how can I tweak it and change it to what I could consider and say, that's my work. I feel like some of the best art is the stuff that, you don't know what it is right off the bat. Whether it be, what's it made out of, how is it made, but what does it mean? Like we were talking earlier about just the thought process behind stuff. There's a lot of great art out there, and there's a lot of great artists that do that. And Janine Antoni, she still follows me, in my mind all the time. I'll step back and look at something, and I'll think about it and be like, what would Janine Antoni say about this? I think art has saved my life in some ways. I can have a really, really bad day, and my downtime would be going and messing with clay or screen printing or stuff like that. If I couldn't create, I don't know. And there's a lot of times where even before when I was still in the military, and it would be overseas or something, I'd have an idea. I want to make this, but I can't. And not having that ability to do that, and that's what terrifies me about ever going to jail or prison is not being able to do what I love to do. I'm not sure I'll ever achieve the levels of the greats of pottery. I'm happy working in my little studio making one-off pieces, and like my rabbit sculptures I've been doing. There's a lady at the opening for the show that immediately came up to me and was like, this piece speaks to me, and that right there is enough for me. I'm mainly on Instagram at Josh Edgar Studios, and I have my Etsy shop, which is Josh Edgar Studios.